There's two ways you can actually charge your airbox. You can use the USB-C to USB-C included cable. The best result we have had is using a 30 watts charger, and this will take about 2 hours to like fill up the entire pump power-wise. Or you can also use this included car 12 volt charger that will take a little bit longer obviously to charge the pump. So in general, depending on what kind of power you have in your charger, it'll take between 2 to 6 hours to charge the pump fully when it's completely deflated. Actually, the pump has an intelligent battery which will stop the charging process once the battery is full, although we do suggest not to leave the pump plugged in for more than 24 hours, which could bring other problems. So ideally, you want to charge the pump for a day if you want, and then you unplug it once you're done. Yes, you can actually just put as much power as you can in the battery and still use the airbox. Usually if you have like 2 or 3 bars, you're plenty good to inflate 1 or 2 kites. So if you don't have time to charge the pump completely, you can just charge it partially. It will not damage the pump, it will not damage the battery. It is possible to operate the airbox when it's plugged in and charging, although we suggest not to do it because when the pump is charging and is plugged into a charger, it's generating a lot of heat already for the charging process. When you add this heat to the heat of the motor, it could overheat the pump. So we strongly suggest not to use the pump while it's charging. Leave it charged, unplug it, and then inflate your kite or your wing once the pump has a little bit of charge in the battery. The airbox battery will actually keep a charge for almost a year. Although if you're not planning of using your pump for an entire year, it'd be good halfway through the year to deplate your battery completely and then recharge your pump. This way it will help your battery to last longer. The airbox can actually be used in extremely cold conditions, although it's important to know that just like electric cars, when the battery is in a very cold environment, it won't perform as good. So you might not be able to inflate as many kites when it's very, very cold with the airbox. Although it's also important to note that if you're using the pump in extreme heat and it's very, very hot outside, it might be good to give a pump a little break in between your kite inflation just to let the pump and the battery cool down a little bit. It's actually very easy to travel to your destination on a plane with the airbox. All you have to do is to carry it with you on the plane. So it has to be in your carry-on, and then you'll be good to go. The battery's a little bit too big to go in the check-in luggage, so just bring it on with you and you're good to go. With the airbox, when it's fully charged, you can inflate actually between 5 to 8 wings or kite with one charge of the battery. These are actually great numbers for a pump that is this small, this light, so we're very happy with the result. No, the airbox is not waterproof. This is an electronic device that needs to stay away from water, rain, and all kind of moisture. So we have a great protective case, which is very good for impact resistance, but this pump is not waterproof, very important to note. You have to be careful when using this pump or any other pump actually on the market. If sand gets in the pump, it could damage the internal motor. It's a very good practice to position the pump in the best area when you're inflating your kite, your wing, or your board to prevent sand from entering the air intake. So be very careful with that. Do not let sand enter your pump.